Hi, I'm Jamie Raintree, author and creator of the Writing and Revision Tracker. I'm here to tell you more about the spreadsheet, why hundreds of writers are using it and loving it, and how you can use it to increase your writing motivation and productivity. So, what is the Writing and Revision Tracker? Well, it's a spreadsheet that was inspired by my adventures during National Novel Writing Month. I started participating back in 2008, and while the deadline was certainly motivating, it was actually the statistics page that inspired me most. I loved that I could go on there and visually see the progress I was making, and that motivated me to want to make even more progress. So, in 2011, after I finished with National Novel Writing Month, I set out to create a way to get that kind of motivation all year round. I shared it with a few other writers who shared it with a few more writers, and eventually it turned into something that I am really proud to share with you. So now I'm going to walk you through the spreadsheet, show you how to use it, and how you can get that kind of motivation for yourself. When you first open the Writing and Revision Tracker, you're going to be taken to the Setup page. So what you want to pay attention to on this page are these three columns with all the colors. Each color represents a different project, so you can easily reference which project you are putting information in for throughout the entire spreadsheet. So you'll have the project titles column here, the writing goals column here, and the revision goals here. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and change the project name. And then you're going to want to set a writing goal for that project for this year. So if you are starting a brand new project, then you might set it at something like 75,000 words. Whereas if you are in the middle of a project and say you've already written 25,000 words, then you might type in 50,000 words for the goal for this year. And then you'll set the revision goal whenever you're ready at something like 300 pages if that's how long your manuscript is, or however you want to track revisions. And for more information on ideas for tracking revisions, visit my website at jamieraintree.com on the Writing and Revision Tracker page. And when you scroll to the bottom, you'll find the frequently asked questions. Or you can click here on the link down at the bottom of this page. So clicking over to the month view, you'll see the tabs at the bottom, one for each month. The first thing you want to look at here in the month layout is this top left calendar, which is basically the most important part of why I started creating the Writing and Revision Tracker, because I'm a very visual person. I like to look at the calendar and actually see which day I'm on and quickly see the totals. And I just really love that visual layout, and that is something that has stayed from the very beginning. This year, though, you'll notice if you have used the Writing and Revision Tracker before that we do have 2 new projects, which is always the most highly requested feature, is to add more projects because you guys are just so darn productive. So then this middle section here these are going to be your graphs so that you can easily see how much progress you're making toward your goals. In order to get a visual here, you do have to make sure that you enter a goal in this middle line here under goals for that particular project, whether it be a writing goal or a revision goal. You do need to have something entered. If it stayed at 0, then it will not show a bar graph for you up here. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind. And then again, if you've used the Writing and Revision Tracker before, you'll notice that we have this awesome new feature, which I'm so excited to have been able to add this year. This is called the At a Glance box. So over here, you'll see at the top, you've got the overall writing progress. So you'll have a year-to-date total for you right here so you can see how much progress you're making. And every time you update anywhere in the tracker, it will automatically update here. You'll also have your total writing goal here, which is calculated from that first setup page where you put in your writing goals, and then it'll give you a percentage of how much of that you've completed for the entire year so far. And then the same with the revision underneath. You've got your overall revision progress, your total revision goal, and then how much you've completed so far. And then I added this fun little box here where you can actually type in words of what your main objective for the month is, whatever that may be. It's just to give you an opportunity to really put in what your focus is for the month. So, for instance, I've got finished 2 projects here and a few other things. In November, my main objective is always National Novel Writing Month, so that would be what I would put in the box. Or you can put it in there anything that inspires and motivates you to make more progress during the month. So then coming down to the middle section here, you'll see that the title that you typed in on that first one has updated, and it will do that throughout the entire spreadsheet. You'll also notice that this color here represents the color up here in the bar graph so that you can easily reference which project you're looking at. And then underneath, you'll see that you'll have the right on the left side is writing. That light blue color is going to represent writing throughout the entire month. You'll also notice that up here in the calendar. The top numbers are blue, those are your writing numbers, and then the bottom is purple, those are your revision numbers. So then same thing down here under your project 1, you're going to have on the right side the purple color, which is your revisions. So this first line here is your goal. So the first thing you'll want to do when you start a new month is go to whichever project you're working in and type in your goal. Because again, if it stays at 0, it's not going to show any bar graph up there at the top. So you can set a writing goal or a revision goal. And then underneath that, you'll have your totals for each project. And then underneath that, you'll have the percentage complete for each project. So then again, going back to what we talked about with the red lines, you'll see here in the month objective is red border, the goal is red border, and then most importantly down here at the bottom of each of the month pages is the big red border where you're going to go in and type in your numbers. So here on the left side is going to be the date of the month, and then underneath you'll reference each project and click on whichever cell. So if it's the 7th of the month and I'm working on project 3, then I'll go in here and type in a number and hit enter, and it will update the calculations here. It will update the calculations on the day of the month here, and then it will update your week total, and then it will update your month writing total and your month revision total. And then the last feature here, if you do want to scroll over to the right and just make a little note of what you worked on for that day. So let's see. So then that you can use this for whatever you want. My main idea on this was to be able to type in whatever it was that you worked on for that day, but you can use it for absolutely anything. So the month layout will stay the same each month. And you'll notice over here that the at a glance is already updating with all of the information for the year. And then to get to that last page, you're going to click on this arrow here and go to totals. Now this is going to be your main overall look for your totals. So over here on the left side, again, you'll see that you've got the projects with the project colors. It's updated here with the title. This goal section, if you've used it before, this was where we used to type in the goals, but it now pulls from that main page, so you're not going to type anything in here. So it will automatically update your goal for your writing here and update your goals for your revision here. Then when you look at the numbers here, it's going to give you a total for the month of January for that project, and then the same for each project after that, and then it will update for the month. So then you're going to get a month total for all your projects here, and same all the way across. And then if you follow the line horizontally, you're going to get a total for that project here, and then it calculates for you what your percentage of that project is complete. And then down here you get that grand total, which is again reflected in big numbers here because it is big and it deserves to be celebrated up here at the top. And then it will be the same for the revisions. So this is your video walkthrough of the Writing and Revision Tracker. If you have any other questions, as I said, please visit my website at jamieRaintree.com on the Writing and Revision Tracker page. Scroll to the bottom and you'll find the frequently asked questions. Thank you for checking out the Writing and Revision Tracker. I hope you decide to give it a try, and I hope it motivates you to reach all your writing goals in 2018.